Welcome back, everyone. It's always a pleasure to have you here. Recently, we've explored some exciting out-there recipes, but today I'm keeping it simple yet incredibly tasty. Something you can try at home with ease. Stick with me and watch the magic unfold. Now, before we start, let's focus on the basics, our tools. A quality knife can elevate your cooking game, making each cut smoother and each dish even better. I've got some excellent knives and wooden utensils in my shop. So scan the QR code on the screen to check them out. Grab whatever catches your eye. You won't regret it. Alright, let's dive into prepping these ducks. First things first, I'm parting the meat from the bones. I start by slicing along the breastbone, making sure the knife glides close to the bone to release each cut cleanly. Then I work my way around the legs and thighs, carefully following the natural seams to keep the meat intact. Duck meat has such a unique, rich flavor, much deeper than chicken or turkey, making it a prized ingredient in many dishes. It's perfect for recipes that need a bit of luxurious depth. And hey, while you're here, don't forget to subscribe so you stay up to date with all our latest recipes. Like the video if you're already enjoying the process. To get that perfect flat shape for even cooking, I'm taking the bones out completely. This not only lets the duck cook more evenly, but also helps it soak up the seasonings better, giving us maximum flavor in every bite. When the first duck is done, I'll go ahead and do the same for the second one. We want both ducks prepped and ready. By the way, what's your favourite poultry to cook with? Any dishes you swear by that always outshine the rest? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. Adding some water here, which I'll use later to keep the duck tender and juicy. This step is key to keeping our meat from drying out while cooking. Time to season the water. I'm going in with cinnamon sticks, star anise, black pepper, a touch of salt and red paprika. These ingredients will add a warm, aromatic depth to our duck, infusing the meat with subtle layers of flavor. Now for a little creativity. I'm putting together a custom grilling base by bending some metal wires into a circular frame. This will go inside the duck, helping it hold its shape perfectly as it cooks. It's a bit of an unorthodox method, but this trick helps the meat cook more evenly and keeps everything tender. With the circular frame in place, the duck will hold its shape beautifully, ensuring even cooking all around. Look at that. The frame fits perfectly, giving us exactly the structure we need. Next, I'm pouring hot water over the duck. This is going to lighten the skin, prepping it for that nice crispiness when it cooks. After that, it's time to hang it up to dry a bit before we move to the next step. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram. You'll get all sorts of behind-the-scenes content, tips, and culinary inspiration. Here I am, off to feed my ducks. It's funny how the roles can reverse. 1 minute I'm preparing duck for dinner, and the next I'm serving them a snack. Look at their fluffy bodies bobbing in the water. They're floating briskly, quacking in delight as they spot me. Now let's get down to business and whip up the sauce that will elevate our ducks to the next level. I'll be using soy sauce for that rich umami flavor, along with a touch of sugar and honey for sweetness, and of course fresh lemon juice to balance everything out. But first I'll boil these ingredients together to meld the flavors before adding the lemon juice. This way it becomes a warm, thick glaze that will cling beautifully to the duck. With the sauce ready, it's time to give these ducks a proper coat. I pull them out of their resting place and use a brush to slather on that delicious glossy sauce. The warmth from the sauce begins to awaken the flavors of the meat, and you can see it glistening under the light. This is going to be a showstopper. Finally, I'm ready to get these beauties cooking. Instead of laying them flat, I'm going to hang them inside the oven. This technique allows the heat to circulate all around, ensuring an even cook and helping to crisp up the skin. As I secure them in place, I can already imagine that savoury aroma filling the kitchen. Phew, the heavy lifting is done. And now it's time for a well-deserved tea break. Cooking is a journey, and I love to take little pauses along the way to enjoy a soothing cup of tea. It's one of my favourite rituals. By the way, if you're looking to up your cooking game just like I am, don't forget to check out my online shop. I've curated a selection of high-quality knives that I personally use and recommend. They make all the difference in the kitchen, whether you're chopping herbs or carving meat. Scan the QR code on the screen now to explore my collection. Trust me, investing in a good knife is like giving your cooking an instant upgrade. Now, while the ducks are in the oven, let's infuse some flavour into our tea. I'm adding a mix of lovely herbs and flowers, like chamomile and hibiscus, to create a fragrant and calming brew. Once these ducks have been baking to perfection, I'm going to give them a quick roast by drizzling some corn oil over the top. Why do I do this? Well, pouring oil helps to achieve that beautifully crisp skin we all love, a must for any roasted dish. Ah, tea time. The smell wafting through the kitchen is simply wonderful. It's the perfect way to enjoy a break while I wait for those ducks to finish roasting. And what would a proper Azerbaijani tea be without some traditional sweets? I've got a lovely sweet treat, a fruit jam. A must-have any time I have a tea break. Look at this fella, who's been watching the whole process with curious eyes. Hey, take some, you too. After all, it's nice to have company. The ducks are ready for the next step. I pull them out of the oven, and as I pour hot oil over the surface, you can see how the skin sizzles. The sound is so satisfying, and the aroma is absolutely mouth-watering. The skin is now perfectly crisp, and that golden brown color is just stunning. Now it's time for the grand reveal. Let's carefully remove the metal bar, which has done its job beautifully. As I slice the ducks into smaller pieces, you can see that juicy, tender meat inside. That golden skin is so appetizing that I can't wait to dig in. Finally, the moment of truth. I can already see the glistening juices. Well, the first bite is pure bliss. The skin is perfectly crisp, and as I sink my teeth into the tender meat, it melts in my mouth. The flavor is rich and savory with a delightful hint of sweetness from the glaze. I can taste the spices we infused earlier, and everything works together harmoniously. This is a dish that truly hits the spot. I want to remind you to hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed this culinary adventure. Don't forget to give a thumbs up and click the bell icon so you never miss out on my latest recipes and cooking tips. Thanks for joining me today in the kitchen. It was a pleasure sharing this delicious duck recipe with you. Until next time, keep cooking, keep experimenting, and most importantly, enjoy every bite. See you soon.
Kanalımıza destek olmak istəyirsinizsə, online mağazamızdan xüsusi bıçaq və ya taxta qablarımızı əldə edə bilərsiniz. Mağazanın linki videonun altındakı təsvirdə var. Super!